Hi, this is Christelle Martinette, and I'm here. This is just a short video as an introduction to my new style, my new podcast. This is an introduction to my October readings, because many of you were of two minds asking me, well, we like to see the video because we like to see the cards. And those of you who wrote in saying that the podcast, you preferred the podcast, said, well, it really makes me listen more carefully. And I have to say, I too am of two minds, because I do like to show the cards. I really do. But I can't deny that I really have a strong sense of connection when I turn off the video and when I use my voice and just listen. So in this intro, well, first of all, let me show you this. I'm doing this because a colleague of mine, well, a friend of mine said, oh, that warlock, that marionette, it just is the creepiest thing, but it's harmless. It's a true marionette. And I just wanted to show it to you so you don't get freaked out by it. This was, it's a handmade marionette, and I got this at the airport. You know how you're waiting on to board, and right next into the corner there was a shop that had all handmade marionettes, and it was so cute. Look at that hat. Look at that hat. So cute, so cute. And so, I just brought it here to make you see with me, so just relax. Now, what I'm going to do in this video is that I'm going to show you the deck of cards that I'll be using. So when I call on you and ask you to, even though I do them in a pre-recorded way, I'm going to channel and listen to the energies that I get from each individual sign. So let me first tell you that I'll be using the runes. I'll be starting with the runes casting. And I'll be using these tiger eyes runes because you can see them. The etching is fairly clear, and for me to see, when I usually read, it's usually dark, and so I like to be able to see them. And I'll be using those first. You'll hear them in the podcast. Then I have three different decks to use. The first is the Voodoo Tarot deck that I've used before. You've known that. This is the 14th Major Arcana, we can call that. Thibonage, the 20th Major Arcana, the Ancestors, just to give you a few. 0, the World Egg, and so on. Then we have a Santeria 2 card, Olofi, just to give you a few of the cards, just to give you an idea, but you know these more than the other two decks. And the next deck is the Tarot of Muja, de la Muja, who is an artist. And just to give you an idea of what they look like, this is the 11th card. What could that be? Justice. You can see that, maybe the 11th Major Arcana, that's Justice. This is who do we have here? The Emperor. Oops, the Emperor. Here we have the Hermit. Lovely cards, lovely cards. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Let me put these away and show you another deck, which is the Tarot of Sexual Magic. And I've used this twice, 2 other times. This is the 9 of Cups. This is the version of the 9 of Cups. Whoa, the foot of my marionette has fallen. This is the High Priestess. High Priestess. This is the Magician. Let me see if I could get it better. Oh, the closer, the farther away I get it from the light, there it is, the better it is. And this is our Knight of Swords. Get a load of that, our Knight of Swords. There you are. Okay, so, but another reason why I wanted to give an introduction is that I wanted to thank a colleague, a fellow reader, for having sent me a person to work with. Thank you, Lou, Louisiana Lou. Why am I thanking her? The main reason is that it gave me the opportunity to fine-tune what I was doing. It was a particular case, and it made me able to speak about it and to give you, my experience with this person and to tell you how I work. So I thought it would clarify a lot of things. So in short, the person was looking for initially a black witch or a warlock, someone who could fight fire with fire in terms of black magic. Now, well, this is an expression in English, fight fire with fire, get the same intensity, because he felt that he was an object of black magic. Now, the person was looking for that, but then he came to me and I asked him to tell me what the story was about. And I was taking notes, and he told me that for decades he has been targeted with black magic. And I wanted, in some way, I invited him for a consultation, okay, to understand. And he prefaced the introduction of this whole story with a series of admonishments, of warnings, telling me that he had been to many other people before me, and none of them wanted to work with him because each one individually had suffered some kind of flash of negative energy towards them directly. One was threatened, her life was threatened, another fell ill with a serious illness for an extremely long time. And I let him talk. Like I said, I took notes, I asked my questions, and then I explained to him how I worked. Now, what I will explain to you is my form of white magic. Okay, we could call it white magic, but I just want to say that we can change the words around. It's all the same, just like any field, physics, linguistics. People have, and groups of people that work together have different ways of calling things, and in different countries they call the same phenomenon with another lexical item, all right? So, but what I want to say is that this is a form of white magic. It's a service that I provide and that I've listed on my website. First and foremost, I told him my diagnosis, that what he was experiencing was only one of many, far many other more serious blocks and restrictions that could be ailing him. And I started asking him a number of questions, but then I hit him with the fundamental question. What is your intention? What do you want to achieve by coming to me? And what he said was this: I want two things. One, I want to unmask the largest pedophile ring in the Northern Hemisphere. And two, I want to be able to receive adequate medical care, because in his country, in Ireland, he was negated that for several different reasons. Okay, I won't go into the political side to it now. And with that, having heard that, with those objectives, it put me in a position of being able to then do my magic, eliminating any negative influences on him, stopping him from achieving those goals. How? I was able to cut bonds, contracts, curses, and remove curses and vows, spells, anything, you name it, that were affecting him directly. The list is endless. Affecting him directly, and as a consequence, it would block the negative energy affecting him, and it would not target but contain those people, he listed names, first and last names, that were manipulating him throughout the decades. These people represent members of the clergy, solicitors, barristers, and politicians in that country. Now, one important thing is that there was no fear. I never, ever operate with fear. If I have to be fearful, I just say no. It's not a moment when I can work. The process was reversed, is reversed, because their initial energetic dealings and workings, or if we want to call it magic, were halted But we had, of course, this person who was in a wheelchair, who was dying, and ultimately was powerless, disempowered completely. And one thing then leads to another, and you get the press, you get someone to help you out, physicians to, okay, so it's a series of things that then change. Now, this is just to give you an idea of what how I work. Fundamental is not, and this is a suggestion for all other readers, all other energy workers, light workers, never work if you are fearful. And there's something that when someone comes to me, and I have seen a lot of different cases, okay? When I decide if I can work with you, and this is determined by a series of parameters linked to the nature of your soul, I never have to decide if I'm conditioned by fear or any other, or because it will create repercussions. So thank you for giving me this opportunity to say that. And thanks again, Lou. I appreciate that. Now off to the readings. Bye-bye. Hi, Taurus. This is Christelle Martinette. And the universe has just thrown me a curveball, and my computer program crashed, the audio program that I use to process my audio, and I cannot use that for the time being, so I'm going to finish these readings with the videos, okay? I hope you don't mind. So let's get started with the runes casting, Taurus, and see what the month of October holds in store for you. Tough times up ahead for you. Tough times. I hate to give you that information, Taurus, but there's something that is going to Although let's put it this way, I'm getting you have a lot of difficult runes here, but there is one fundamental basis here, and that's Aljit, and it's bright stave. And regarding whatever you do, whatever difficulties you have, it will work smoothly in the end. All right. The problems that are going to come up that will be more difficult to solve concern anything to do with partnerships, with an exchange of goods, if you're an exporter, with any kind of dealings that you have that involves give and take. That is going to be, even on a personal basis, even on a romantic level, because you seem to have blinders on you, and you're not able to see some of the difficulties that arise, and they hit you like a lead balloon. But they're also telling me, the runes, that it is necessary that you experience this because you need to understand how lucky you are because of the position you're in and all that you have to give thanks for. So what they're saying is that the glitches to the system, the problems that are going to be thrown your way, are there for you to understand how positive all of the rest is. And of course, we sigh and say, well, I'm sure there could have been a different way, okay? But it wouldn't be called life otherwise, all right? So, but admonishing you, what I do want to stress is that you're not going to see it coming. This is the issue. You're not going to see the problems coming. You're going to be pitter-pattering your way, doing other things and taking care of other business, but you're not going to see it coming, And so keep an eye out for difficulties. Try to get a plan B. And as soon as you feel that insecurity or that level of success turning down, try to come in quickly with a rapid solution, tempering the effects that it might have during the month of October. So a difficult month all in all, but Algis tells us you're going to make it with flying colors no matter what. I'm going to now ask you to take to concentrate on the 3 tarot decks: the Magic Tarot, Sexual Magic Tarot, the Voodoo Tarot, and the Muja Tarot, and see what you would prefer. I'm getting the Muja first, and then the Voodoo Tarot. So let's start with the Mucha Tarot, as suggested. Okay, let's see. Lovely sun. Well, that tells you that the Algis is working its magic. And this lovely Ace of Wands. You've got two aces, Ace of Pentacles, Ace, three aces, the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles. Wow, Taurus. Six of Pentacles as well. Just a moment, let me conclude with the, wow, something is amiss. And what's interesting is that the three aces are flanked by this Lagus Merkstave. No, sorry, it's Brightstave. And it's attesting to the fact that indeed it's going to be a smooth sailing if you work with other people. To the measure in which you work with other people and you have someone flank you. Quite interesting. No problems with finance. Of course, this is a general reading, but if you keep working and interacting with those around you, both on a level of finance and on the level of romance, you will be okay. Oh, God. Okay. It's interesting, so interesting how they speak, these cards. All right. Not only do I have these three lovely aces, the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords, but you also have Santeria 9, Yemaya, which is clearly a birthing process. And it's a birthing process, but with much difficulty. A birthing process where you give, it's almost as if you give too much and don't get back in return. And what they're saying is that especially Radha 6, the Legba, which is mirroring the Six of Pentacles here, it talks about working with others. You need to work with others, especially in the realm of finance and your livelihood. Now, a series of decisions need to be made, and that is quite clear here. Pedro, you have Laplace here. And, fire, wind, rain, and water, it seems like they're calling on all the elements to help you. The universe is, in order for you to understand, basically, it's a matter of understanding how to go about moving ahead. Because you know that something is not right. The key is Daig. The key is the exchange. The key is working with other people. Now, I have an Ogun here, Ogun La Flambeau, a Pedro card, Ogun La Flambeau, which has you being very energetic, has you being very ready and willing to combat the difficulties that you have, Taurus. And this is wonderful. Remember, we've got the sun at the top. And we have Algis at the bottom of our spread. And here too, I just said to the Aries group, this will be the most important month of the year for you. And I feel that it's the same for you, because they are different messages, of course. All of the messages are different, but I'm seeing a similar trend here, a similar trend that talks about you wanting to delve in one area, one domain. Here I see it's livelihood. There I saw it was something different. But you do, but something occurs that just puts you in a moment of having to make decisions that you didn't expect to have to make. Now, I have here 3 sixes. Okay, now this is a very strong message of interaction with other people, of interaction with partners, having them come in. Do not force yourself to act alone. This is really important. And this decision that you have to make concerns your livelihood. I'm going to take the Vira Sibila and see what they can add to this. See what they can add to this. Okay. I'm going to now take a look, go backwards, that Legba, the 6 Radha suit, and see what that has to, what is that talking about? Yeah, all right. A lot of men here. We have the doctor, dottore, we have nemico, the male enemy, and domestico, the house domestic. Now, there's, you're taking you're taking your eye off the ball, concentrating on your livelihood, your work, and you fail to see something that's occurring right before your very eyes, right under your nose. This card is compelling you to interact with matters of the home, domestico. They need to be taken care of. There's trouble in the city. Okay, there's something in the home that you're not wanting to face, you're not wanting to deal with. And when I say the home, it could be a metaphorical home. It could be you living with one of your family members you're not getting along, and you want to, you're brushing it aside, you're not talking to them. It could be you and your partner not seeing eye to eye on anything. Could be which groceries to buy, as insignificant as what kind of fruit to bring home, But there's something, but that person is really involved in upholding their will, So there's something that you're just trying to put aside, and they're telling me that you really need to face that this month. Really need to face that this month and get to the bottom of it with that Ace of Swords. I'm going to go to Yemayada, Santeria card here. The 9 that I talked about, a difficult birthing problem here, a difficult beginning. It is a difficult beginning, and it has to do with your livelihood here, the merchant. Excuse me, mercante, viaggio, and disgrazia. All right, you can see that the viaggio card, the trip, the movement, is outward, and the disgrazia is here. The tower situation, disaster. And it has to do with something on the job rather than, which is important for you. But you're moving away from it. When the going gets tough, you don't face the music. And it seems that there are 2 sides here, 2 dimensions that you have to really face. Matters at the home and matters on the job. You cannot shy away from that anymore. I'm going to take the Petro 5 card, the Ogun La Flambeau, and see what that has to tell us. Yeah, trouble. I remember last month was so positive, and the eclipse was so positive, if I'm not, mistaken. But here I'm seeing difficulty in a partnership, even though the runes, Diag is telling you, go in, cure that illness of the relationship, and do not let it go by the wayside. It's an important relationship because your hopes are, and the hopes of the partner are, that you could work together to solve any difficulty. You're in a world of your own now. In a world of your own. I'm going to go to the Laplace card, the Pedro Laplace. I want to see what the decision making is all about. Okay. Okay, I'm seeing this. All right, this is the jealousy card, gelosia, bambino, baby, and amica. And I'm seeing this as difficulties on the job, difficulties concerning your livelihood that you did not expect, and your the time spent. You're spending a lot of time. See, the bambino speaks to these three here. It's mirroring the three aces, the beginning of something. October marks the beginning, a grand beginning. Okay, the sun does crown the relationship, the spread, but the issues here involve the actual incipience, the actual beginning of an endeavor, of a project that on the one hand is full of difficulties, but on the other hand is, you can see it, you're looking at it, is full of great hope and great promise. That's what you need to concentrate on, is that positive side, the hope and promise. I'm going to go down here to the Congo card, the 6th card, the Shilibo Nuavu Dani, and see what that tells us. Okay, we've got it here. This is it. It's telling us fire, rain, water, wind. We've got all of the elements here, and the issue is that success is what is on your mind. There's, this is mirroring the sun, and you want success at all costs. And you're not looking at the details. But here, the 3 6s are inviting you to start paying attention to those details. The Gran Consolazione speaks of great success. Great success. The Gran Signore adds to the success, both in the realm of livelihood and the relationships issue. Any kind of interaction, interpersonal relations, this needs to be pondered at length, and it needs to be taken care of during the month of October, because if you go through the month of October without taking care of this business, you're going to risk having all of these swords and pentacles and aces turning into tower, death, and all of those terrible cards. So we need to really be careful with this beginning. Now I'm at the beginning. Let me take the 3 aces and see what they're there to tell us. The Ace of Swords. Yes, this is a moment when you're going to be trying to separate the men from the boys in terms of who you can count on, fedeltà, and who you need to stay away from, deliranti. Okay, that's the Ace of Swords. Go to the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, a little help from your friends. You are protected there. Here, turn to family and friends, and they will make it possible for you either to give you a loan, either to back you up, have your back. But that is where you should be going. And the last, Ace of Wands. Okay, the Ace of Wands. Also, the beginning of taking care of the relationship. L'amante, the male lover, could be a female, but always looking out. And the home is here, and they're looking out. And they're looking to the past with this melancholia here. And the Passion card, the Ace of Wands, is also a very active card, calling upon you to take action and make this turn into this, facing your issues straight on. I hope this was of help, Taurus friends, for the month of October. Do follow me on Twitter. You have my name there, because what happens is if you follow me, there's a program called Periscope that notifies you when I go online, and I go online once a day. And if there are people there, and I've had peaks where I've been able to chat with them. The people will be able to chat. You can chat directly asking questions, and I can answer the questions. I cannot write questions in tweet. I cannot tweet you an answer. I need to be live. I need to talk. This is the way I work. I work with sound. Clairaudient. Okay, that's clairsentient. But sentient is seeing as well, and feeling as well. But I am not clairaudient. I can't write, and this is linked to the type of work that I do, and I have poor eyesight. That's what the bottom line is, Taurus friends. So come on and jump on the bandwagon and follow me on Twitter, and I hope I'll be able to answer you live. Bye bye, Taurus, till we read together again.